Hope everybody's having a good Monday. Let me go ahead and kill this music. Man, we picked the absolute right time to talk about the rotary phones and smartphones. I can't wait to get this started. I want to thank everybody that's here right now. We did have a few technical difficulties that one half of us is still working on. I love this. Boy, I can't wait. She go cloud me when she get here. But anyway, y'all, let me go ahead and bring myself up in here and see who up in the building. As you can see, we are going to be talking about from rotary phones to smartphones. And Tanya will be joining me here shortly. We're just having a couple connection things, but we didn't want to keep everybody waiting. And I think I can hold down the show for about 1 minute. And it looks like she's popping in here now. We see some stuff going on in the background. So y'all just bear with us. But the plan tonight, let me see who up in this thing. We got Leonica, what's going on? We got Carmelin for the win. We got the Points Blank experience. We also have Why Loves to Motivate, part of the executive team. I ain't seen Why Loves on here in a minute. Okay. I just got a text from Tanya. She about to join in right by now. And we got Jaden in the house, man. And with this here smartphones and rotary phones, we're not going to just keep it on just phones. Now, we're going to be talking about technology and how time has evolved, but I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna be talking about. I'll be talking about some of the challenges. I didn't want to put it in the title and thumbnail. I wasn't gonna get caught slipping on the banana peel, but I want to talk about some of the challenges that some people in a certain group have when it comes to these smartphones, and not just smartphones, but TVs and vehicles, and it's all the way down to chairs. Now you can't even go sit in a chair and that thing just you press a button and you laying back and recline. You got to press buttons and it might launch you forward. You never know. And I think Event Yours is coming in. And y'all, tonight, we have a very special guest that's going to be joining live and direct with T and Rod. I'm going to give them a half a second to get it situated back there. But y'all, man, it is just, let me know if you're still in the building, man. I know we're multicasting. We're broadcasting and on Event Yours, we're broadcasting on the Points Blank experience. We're all over the place, baby. We're all over America, from the dirty South to the other side of the dirty South. I am your boy, Rod, the host that sometimes does the most. And man, if y'all don't know, if this is your first time here, we've talked about the side pieces. We've talked about the big mamas. We've talked about AI, and we script none of these. I don't know what Tanya's going to say, and Tanya don't know what Rod's going to say. We just come on here and we chop it up. But we always are able to feed off one another. And we don't always agree, but we're not here to agree. We're just here to have a good time and conversate and communicate. I'm waiting on them to give me the thumbs up, let me know they're ready. And when they're ready, we ready. So look like I see some movement back here, man. So anyway, I'm going to start this off, man. Today, October 13th, is a very special day to me, and I am going to be dedicating this show. I was going to wait for Tanya Timmy, but I may as well use this time right now. To my pops, today is his birthday, and I can just hear him saying right now, "Hey, boy, you going to be on TV tonight?" And me saying, "No, man, I'm not on TV." And then we go back and forth. But usually on his birthday, I would let him say, "Yeah, I'll be on TV tonight." But when I first remember him having a cell phone, and he grew up in the for real rotary. In case y'all young ones in the back don't know what a rotary phone, it's the phone where you put your finger in it and you say, don't let it be number one, because you got to take the one and go all the way down and then let it come all the way back. Now, if it's 9, it's going to do it real quick, or 0, because it's at the end of the round rotary. So that's what I kind of grew up with. That's what my pops grew up with. So when I used to call him, man, he was getting up in age. I would call him, but he would never answer. He would always call me right back. And I was like, okay, man, he getting up in age. I'm not going to say anything. And then one time he called me. Now, I called him because he would call me on his birthday. I'm supposed to be the one calling. So I said, I'm going to beat him this time. I'm going to call him. So I called him, and he didn't answer. But he called me right back. It's like, hey, man, I just have that. I know it's your birthday, but why do we have to play phone tag before we actually talk? And his answer was, well, Rod, I got this phone. They call it what they call this thing, a cell phone? And I'm like, yeah. Hey, Tanya, when you're ready, just give me a thumbs up and I'll go ahead and bring you up. And I said, okay, what they call it, a cell phone? He said, yeah, a cell phone. And he said, I don't know how to answer. I'm like, man, we've been playing this game for over a year, probably a year and a half, maybe a year and a half. And it's because, why didn't you ask someone? Because, man, I didn't want to sound like I didn't know what I was doing. Well, you don't know what you're doing, man. What you mean sound like it? You don't know what you're doing. Then he got all frustrated. Well, I'm used to just picking up a phone and putting it up to my ear and saying hello. And that's what we're going to talk about, how some people get lost in the sauce. Because they're at work, I guess, but communicating with people, when we communicate with one another, where's my phone, man? My phone beeping over here, and I thought I put it on vibrate. Okay, cool. And coming to the stage, ladies and gentlemen, my co-host and my co-host, we got Tanya, better known as T, and that man they call Pretty Timmy. What it do?
What up, baby? What's happening?
What's up?
I tell you what's happening, man. Y'all over here stressing me out, and then we picked the right night to talk about this because we might not know how to work these new phones either.
I was just saying that.
It didn't have nothing to do with not knowing how to work it. For some reason, my laptop wasn't connected to the Wi-Fi. It would be on, and then it pop off, and it be on, and then it pop off. So Timmy did something in the background, so it working now.
Well, I'm gonna go and say this right quick because we got a good topic tonight. Because Timmy been dealing with this for a moment. So the same thing I was dealing with this weekend happened with this laptop. You just got to go in and check the settings. All it can take is one setting to be off.
Yep.
Man, I can't wait, man, because I was just telling a story about my pops. I don't know if y'all heard me about how I would call this dude and he called me back, and I'm like, man, it's your birthday, but what are we doing here? He said he didn't know how to answer the phone, and that was when they still sort of had a choice. They still had landlines, so he could have reverted. But I told him, I said, I'm proud of you, man. Even though you're driving me nuts, you didn't give up. You kept with it, because he was like, man, I'm gonna throw this phone out the window. I said, how much it cost? He said $80. Well, just give me the $80 next time. Don't get the phone. He got all mad. You're gonna throw it out the window. So tell me, what you been going through with this whole rotary phone, smartphones, and
brother, I was out of town this weekend dealing with two individuals, dealing with cell phone issues and internet issues. Definitely the cell phone was the biggest hold up. Took a whole day.
What?
Getting the old folks set up with their stuff.
Yeah, a whole day.
A whole day.
Because not only did you have to do it, ain't no sense in explaining them to them why you do. You may as well wait till you're done, because they're gonna have a question going back to the beginning. So you got to get it all done, and then you got to explain it with about 158,000 interruptions. What'd you say again? Let me write that down, baby. Did you have to go through that? I wasn't even there, y'all. I just know how it is.
So what I did was, like you said, I'm not gonna cut into the topic too deep, but I end up writing their stuff down and keep it in my phone, because
smart.
What's the password to your phone, huh? What's the code? What? The code. Huh?
Right.
I don't know it. It's your phone.
Hey, did you hook them up with Face ID?
Well, I'm gonna tell you something crazy. Me and my daddy look alike, but for some reason, I can unlock his phone with my face. He can't unlock mine, but I can unlock his.
Because you look like him.
But
he got hair.
But with the Face ID, it's a hit and miss. So the number pin works better, but can't remember the numbers.
Well,
2 hours. Daddy, what's the number? I thought it was this. Our phone lock you out. All right, Daddy, and I locked us out for 5 minutes. Then it lock you out for 10. Then it do 15.
Then it'll do 24 hours.
Then it'll do 30, because it's thinking somebody trying to break in your phone.
Right.
Then when it get to an hour, now we're going to do 2 hours.
Ooh, so it's doubling every time.
Yep.
And I'm sitting there like, oh my God.
Well, see,
Patience.
but see, because we on the topic now. All of this is going on just because, folks are in denial. They're in denial. And they want all the latest and greatest technology, but they can't use the damn thing. So if you can't use it, why are you even being bothered? All it's going to do is frustrate you. All you're going to do is text, email, or call. So how about just getting a phone that does just that? One, it'll probably be cheaper. Two, you still be able to do what it is that you want to do. Take a picture, text, email, make a phone call. Because that's all you can do anyway. And then you can't even really say text, because you ever seen the folk, they phone when it's text and the damn font this big. All you see is like 4 letters, not even a full sentence. You just see 4 letters, just swiping it on over, swiping on over to the
newspaper or magazine.
It's true. It's true.
That's funny, man. But the crazy part is, and I'm just gonna say, we know how we can be. We know we only need the phone that texts and take pictures and maybe record and get on Facebook. But we gotta have the iPhone 16, because that's what little Bobby got down the street. That's what the lady at church got. Now the lady at church may be 20 years younger and know how to work the iPhone 16, but just because she got it don't mean you have to have it. She might have a Corvette. You might be rolling in an Oldsmobile.
Okay, but that's fine. But let me tell you something. The way the phones look now, unless you're looking at the way the cameras are set up, you are not going to know what phone who got. Because it's all doing the same damn thing anyway. It's just that folk want it. Even the folk who watch YouTube videos, find out everything that it does, will find something or quite a few things on their phone that they never even known, that a feature that they never, I didn't know the phone did that. I didn't know the phone did that. Like, no, that ain't nothing new. That's something that is always done. No, it didn't. That's just the way the folks do. They got to have the technology. But as we all know, Rod, there's a few things that older people with technology have issues with, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I wrote a list of stuff. So we already talked about the passwords. Mm-hmm. Password pandemonium, basically. You got too many options. Falling for scams and misinformation, camera confusion, struggling with the apps, texting, how to set up the phone, and then privacy. They paranoid about the phone is listening to them and the phone gonna do stuff. So which one you want to touch on first?
Well, I'm gonna hit this, something that Rod touched on at the beginning. Older people, as we get older, we still want the latest and the greatest. So I found this out with my family. Even though they can't do nothing with it, they still want it. I said, so I guess we get older, we get like children. We want the latest and the greatest because it's new, because everybody's talking about it. Everybody else got one. Why can't I have one? Even if I don't know what I'm doing, but I feel like everybody else. Because I'm older, I got a brick phone. They got a flip phone. It makes me obsolete. We don't want to be obsolete. We want to be just like everybody else. So that is the driver with getting old.
I just think it's a waste.
Oh, I agree. It's a waste, but I agree with Timmy, though. It's a waste, but I think when they get older, also in conjunction with reverting back to their like a child, it's also that fear of missing out, just because they don't want to be older. I don't want to be older in some aspects. In some aspects I do, because I've lived. But, I think, I don't know yet, but as we get older, I think, well, why y'all got to get, I even said that, why you got to give me the old folks phone? Why I can't get the phone like everybody else?
Exactly.
Because you ain't going to use it.
Would y'all need to show me that? Why I got y'all?
Well, guess what? Yeah, guess what? You can show people, but guess what? That's the thing. If the ability is to learn it, that's fine. Are they going to retain it is another question. I'm not saying this is all older people. Okay, we just talking about the folks that are not going to retain it. They're not going to remember no password. They're not going to remember, oh, you got to make sure you do the update. Got to make sure it's plugged in, or it got to be charged to a certain limit. They're not going to do that. They're not going to know to close all these damn windows they got open from earlier. So it's just sucking up all the damn data and the battery life out of it. They're not going to know to do that. They just going to just have a phone on it. That's like giving somebody a car, but they don't know how to drive. They don't know how to take care of a car, but you give it to them just so they can say, oh, I got a car. Okay. Where you going on it? Nowhere. I just want a car because everybody else got a car.
Yeah, and that, but see, I think like in a way we're gonna have to teach them how, because it's not gonna be another alternative. They're gonna have to know how to use these phones. Right now, I'm gonna tell y'all, this happened to me today, Tanya. I mean, I don't know, I'm classified as older. I'm 56, but so I go to the store to get something. I forgot what I went to get. I guess I am getting old. Anyway, I come back home. I look at my phone. I have no key to get in this apartment. Zero. I got to use my phone or this little keypad. Well, I can't, for some reason, I can't remember this number. So I get up, get out, lollipop up to my door. I pull out my phone. It said offline. I said, okay, maybe it's unlocked.
Well, damn.
I turn the knob and clunk, clunk, clunk. And I'm not dressed like I live here, to be honest. I look like an intruder from the get-go. I'm like, oh. So I look at my phone and I close out the app and I come back in, it still says offline. So I noticed that I could unlock my patio. So I unlock my patio. I walk around, and to get to my patio, I got to open the gate, come through this little bitty backyard, and then come to the door. Well, me being secure for some reason, I decided to lock the one that's not controlled by the phone because it's got two locks. I can't get in the back either. So now I'm back in the front.
See?
I said, boy, this is not looking good, man. I'm gonna get police gonna be
No,
called.
it's not.
But so they've made us so dependent on these doggone. I can't even get in my complex without having a phone, because that's how you open the gate. I can't get to the mail room without having a phone, because that's how you access the door. This whole place is smart for generation below me and under. It's not smart for everybody.
Well, okay. So I don't want to get off topic, but
please do it. Why?
I'm just I'm just saying maybe a little later in the conversation, because you brought up how technology is sort of eliminating anything that occurred before it, right? Mm-hmm. Because it's like, you're going to get on the bandwagon. You're going to have to know this. You're going to have to live this. Otherwise, you're just going to be left behind, right? Mm-hmm. Because I never forget, when we went on the Icon during CrowdStrike, me and him was on the daggone Icon at the bar debating on the fact of him saying they don't need all of that. Basically, what my argument was, even if a lot of things are controlled by technology, you're always supposed to have a manual fail-safe. Mm-hmm. It has to be a downtime standard operation procedure. Yes. You have to have an SOP regardless, because technology is not 100%. You have to have that manual SOP. He didn't agree. Mm-hmm. His agreement was, but that's not how things are going today. Everything is technology. You got to move forward. They don't need to have no manual, nothing, because it's supposed to be technology. I'm like, okay, that's fine, but people still need to have something for if the power goes out, what are you doing? It's just like an electric car, right? You can have an electric car all you want. But guess what? if it gets to a point where this specific function doesn't work, the automatic driver doesn't work, it should still give you some fail-safe where you can take control of that wheel and drive it yourself. Period, point blank. Just because it's automatic and it's an auto driver, it's self-driving, doesn't eliminate the need for a manual option. Mm-hmm. You should be able to have a manual option. When this fails, this should be able to kick in. Same thing with them planes on CrowdStrike. The reason they needed everything because they relied on everything to control it. Because what were we talking about? The pilots and the plane. Right. And saying, well, you know, the new pilots nowadays, they just got to learn how to work the simulator. They not really flying the plane. I said, well, they ain't no real goddamn pilot. You understand what I'm saying? So now I understand when you get the older people, when they go to the doctor's office and they like, I want my doctor to have gray hair. Whether it's a female or male, I need them to have gray silver hair. And I need to know that they've been a doctor for a long time because I don't need no microwave doctor. I don't want no doctor that can't use their medical knowledge in addition to the testing to be able to give me a good diagnosis. I don't need these new doctors out here that just send you in the lab, send you an x-ray, make you take all these labs, all these x-rays, so the x-rays and the labs and equipment can tell you what's wrong with the patient. Well, I don't need you then. Just roll me through the equipment and let the equipment tell me what's wrong with me then.
Well, I'm going to cut in and interject a little bit. That's called progress. It's 2025. It's going to be 2026 real soon. We can't stand still. We have to go forward. If we're going to go back to the ice age, or we're going to go to the space age.
Right. We don't have to go back to ice age.
We're going to have that. We got driverless taxis moving all over Atlanta now. We got drivers delivery that deliver food. So that's moving forward.
I'm glad you said that, but don't let me forget that. Keep talking. I'm going to write that down.
So we also had a commercial that you've been seeing on TV where the woman is on, I ain't going to say 95, but she's on a major interstate and goes to sleep. The car noticed that she's asleep. It turns on. First, it's tried to wake her up. It blows the horn a couple of times. She don't wake up. The car turns on the flashers. And slowly exit off the interstate, pulls over in a safe spot, park, lock doors, and then keep the flashers on. And if she don't respond in so many times, it automatically call 911. That's technology moving forward with electric cars.
And she fell asleep.
Now let me piggyback on that real quick, Tanya, before I forget, and you might want to write this down. Everything that we as a society have said we're not going to learn and we're not going to do, we've done it.
That point.
We said we wasn't gonna get on this internet thing, and we did it. They forced us to. We said we wasn't getting on cell phone, and we're there. Some people said they never have a computer, and they walk around with one in their pocket every day.
That's right. You have to
I
move
was totally
forward.
against the internet. I was like, I don't know nothing about it. I don't know about that. Now,
I liked it. I had no problem with it.
And before I forget, and before they leave, I do want a couple of real shout outs. Thank you to it's your boy Leo for that $2 super.
What's up, Leo?
I love y'all. Stay blessed. Thank you, Leo, for supporting the Live and Direct movement and the Event Yours movement and the Points Blank experience, trying to stay alive. I ain't gonna call this no movie because I just brought it back. And I got another special guest in here. Everybody's in here special. We want to thank each and every one of y'all for being here. We got J3 GS Farms. I have did a couple collaborations with him on other channels. He is a farmer. He was on The Morning with Miss T. Tell you familiar with Miss T with the T, right?
Mm-hmm.
He was on with her in the mornings. Now he's on with Tempest Creek at night. Hey, so man, y'all check him out. If you see him, give him a shout out. But I had to shout those two people out. But tell you, I just wanted to say that because everything we said we wasn't doing, we've done.
Let me tell you something. I don't think there's anything wrong with the technology. I'm ready to go to the Jetsons. That I'm ready. Okay. I am impatient and ready. But my thing is, I also know that I just need a downtime SOP. That's what I need. I need a standard operating procedure for downtime. I am willing to do whatever as long as there's a way out safely. Okay. When you start making it to where you have no out, that's when bad things happen. That's when inconveniences happen. That's just when things happen. So
Yes.
you need some sort of out. I don't need a pilot who don't know how to fly a damn plane. Well, all you did was play the damn video game, a damn simulator, because all you do is put it on automatic pilot. And the only thing you do is land and take off.
Well, I heard they don't even need them for that these days. That's what I heard. Right. I don't know how true it is, but
thank you, my love.
Yeah. I wanted to pull that back up. You were talking when she said that, and I put it up on the screen. Now, I will say something about this technology, though.
You ain't got no help.
Timmy, I'm gonna say about this technology. I was driving my car the other day, and I hit the wrong button on the steering wheel, and it's in the driver's control. That's that little part in the middle of your speedometer. It said, "Now entering self-driving mode." I said, "Oh no, we ain't either." I mean, I'm in the car talking.
See?
No, we ain't. No, because I'm gonna tell you what happened, Tanya. I was on I-75 in North Dallas, and I hate that freeway because it's dangerous. They going too fast for somebody like me. And I'm trying to get over, but it was a car next to me. I'm sorry I didn't see your car, but my whole car started shaking, pushed me back in the lane I didn't want to be in. Had I been 5 more years older, it'd have been a major catastrophe on I-75 because I'd have wrecked the car and everybody else. It's too much technology sometimes.
Yes.
Sometimes.
Well, the lack of knowledge of the technology. Like, I'm going to clean up what Tanya's saying about the pilots. The pilots do fly the plane. But it's the technology that controls the engines, the thruster vessels, the elevators, the flaps, the spoilers, and all of that. That's fly-by-wire technology. The pilot can't outthink the computer. So, if, for instance, if you see all the turbulence that we get up in the air, those elevators automatically adjusting themselves out to smooth that ride out. That pilot cannot take control and bounce it out on his own, because he overcorrect to the left or overcorrect to the right. That's when the plane going down. And
see, when I was a little boy, Timmy, I used to wonder how two people, and one of them really don't know what they're doing. So how one person got 158 buttons on this little counter and he pressing all of them. I was always wondering that because he ain't pressing. They up there for show. They making us think he's flying. He ain't flying.
Well, technically he's monitoring. Because the systems tell you what's going on, but the main thing is the technology where we are is above where it used to be. Back in the days, the pilots had to work. Now they don't have to work. They get up there and get snacks.
See what I mean?
Drink coffee,
that's what I'm saying.
And monitor the systems.
That's what I'm saying. My thing is this. You know how when you learn to drive a car, they teach you the rules of driving the car, right? 10 o'clock, 2 o'clock, put your hand on the steering wheel. When you turn your wheel, you make sure your one arm cross over the other. And there's a reason for all of that, right? Make sure that you periodically look in your rear view and your side view mirrors, because you always want to make sure in case something happened in front of you, can you go to the left? Can you go to the right? Can you just slam on brakes? You ain't got to worry about nobody hitting you from the back. There's a reason for all of that, right? However, everybody, when they learn to drive, they like this, right? Everybody like this. Go and cross over. And then when you back up, you look into the back like this. And then you look back and you cross over your hands and everything. And then you park it. Now, fast forward a year later or after you get your driver's license. This how you back up.
That's how I started.
And then you drive and you ain't like this. You like this.
Now, see, Tanya, I'm glad you said it.
And all of that. So you need to learn the correct way first, because if you ever need to do it, you need to be able to know how to do it. That's it. You just need to know how to do it. I know how to change a tire, but I ain't doing it. But that don't mean I don't know how to do it and have never done it. I know how to change oil.
Well, Rob,
but I don't do it.
Rob, let me give
you know why? Because I make too much money for my tail to be getting down there changing oil, and I got a husband. And if he want to hear, there's too many folk I know that know how to do it. I'm not doing
Rob,
it.
let me throw a news flash in it. New cars don't come with spare tires anymore, so ain't nobody changing the tire.
And that's fine.
You gotta have AAA.
That's
New
it.
cars don't
there
come with tires anymore.
Wait, check this out, Tanya. I'm going back to what you said, because my father did most of the drive teaching, and he was a hustler. So he was like, this was his example. I'm gonna tell you real quick. He's like, all right, first thing you want to do is you got to back the car up, son. You turn the radio down because you need to be able to hear everything around you. I don't know what the hell that had to do with anything, but it did.
Mm-hmm.
And damn all the mirrors around you. Just act like they crack. You can't even see out of them. I need you to put your arm on your seat and look back, boy. Now you gotta be able to what they call it, multitask. You gotta be able to look back and look forward. And then you back. He said, now we ain't gonna even talk about parallel parking right now, because that's a whole day worth of work. I said, man, this dude crazy. Man.
It's all right.
Hey, but my mama was like this, tell you. My mama was like this. And doing, I had me all twisted up and about to fail my test. No, man. Hey, but Jag said AI gonna go out sooner or later. He said, but it's best for that the pilot to know what to do, because AI can go out at any time. Yeah,
that's right.
Thank you. I love said, please hit the thumbs up on both channels. Y'all, please hit that thumbs up. And we do have some stuff from our own event, yours. Y'all, please read these from Nightbot, man. There's some good stuff. There's some boulders in there. Y'all know I don't talk about no jewels and nuggets and diamonds and rubies. I talk about rocks, boulders, stuff hit you upside the head. So, hey, y'all look in there, man. It's diamond is in the rough. Hey, that's what they told me. I don't know how true it is, but I would love to have a rotary phone in my house. See, but why Loves is an antique collector. So
okay.
I mean, I guess I would too for sure, but I wouldn't want to use it. I ain't got time to be and then you gotta remember the number.
My mama still has her old Victorian furniture, like custom made, like both sides. It looked like they're the same, but when you look, because it's custom handmade, they're different, and the stuff is heavy. And she got a rotary phone, like, the one that sort of sit on the cradle, like what the little rich people used to have with the little gold looking rims and stuff. She kept all that stuff. She still got it. It's a rotary phone. But, and I get it. But back to these old folk using stuff. Let's talk about the struggle with the camera. Because them using the camera, folk can't, the picture be all up in their face like this. They got a picture of their chin. They got a picture of their nose. And everywhere, they don't know how to use the camera, but they don't
older people don't realize how the depth of new technology, like back in the day with Polaroids and the little rectangle cameras, only went so far. These cameras now can get the car across the street that you ain't even think about and get the license plate and everything.
Yep.
So, and that's something that I've noticed, but I be forgetting I'm glad I guess I am getting, I be forgetting my phone got a camera, so I don't have to worry about it. I do. I'm just starting to remember.
What you say?
I be forgetting this thing have a camera. I be out. I was the funniest. I got a I'm gonna do the short tomorrow. I got a picture of my phone now that's gonna trip everybody out, and I forgot. And I said, "Yeah, I got a phone. I got to get this." All I'm gonna say is I thought the dude had checked out. But it's gonna be hilarious. That's all I'm gonna say.
See one thing about
your boy didn't know what I didn't know what to do, y'all. I didn't know whether to help him or run. I ain't gonna lie, boy. I just stood there and took a picture.
See, and with the new technology, all the phones are built around the camera. All the new iPhones is built around the camera. All the new Samsungs is built around the camera. All the new Google Pixels, any new phone you get is built around the camera. So lack of knowledge of how to take pictures and operate the cameras, you don't waste half the phone right there. That's 50% of the phone is the camera.
Wow, I didn't think of that. That's true though.
That's true.
Well, that's what you're paying for, the damn camera.
You're paying for the camera on the phone.
You know why? Because the actual camera companies are probably losing money to the cell phones, because the cell phones are taking pictures just as good. Now, I'm not saying it ain't no Nico or no Canon or whatever, yeah. But those are the photography cameras, but the features that you can do on it is just as good.
But I have a Canon M50 that I do videos. That's all I do. I would not carry. It's not that big either. It's small, but I would not carry that thing around. It would be a nuisance for me to carry it around to take pictures when I can stick a camera in my pocket or my purse. If I was a woman, I mean, I just wouldn't. Even if it ain't that much of a difference in the quality.
Yeah, it's not that big a difference.
I done seen some stuff y'all done with y'all phones. I'm like, man, I think I must have an iPhone 3 or something, because my phone don't look like that when I do no video.
You say no damn iPhone 3, Rod. Don't say that.
Well, it ain't got but 2 little circles. How many circles you got on the back of yours?
That ain't no 3. That can be the maybe the 13.
No, this the 15. I'm 2.
Okay,
I stay 2 behind, man, so I can get it on sale.
Hey, I ain't mad at you about that. I ain't
I'm
mad at all.
I'm that person you were talking about. I don't use all this stuff now. What about when the old people, like, one thing that make me nervous, and I don't know if anybody's running into this, please put it in the comments. Maybe y'all have this whole sharing your location.
Oh,
I don't like that. Not me sharing mine, but let's say my grandma got a phone and she shared her location, and then forget what she put her phone, and now some fool got her location.
Oh, yeah.
Well, when you take pictures, when you take pictures, they tag your location.
Right, they tell you where you're at. You didn't know that?
Like that individual that got caught on that view cam at the football game or basketball game, they end up losing everything. Yeah. All he had to do was take one picture. It'd have told him. But the camera caught him. And he was all like this with his boot thing. Then he tried to drop down to the ground and all that stuff. I said,
that's another thing. Rotary phones now, I ain't gonna say you couldn't get caught as a player, or what they call them, sneaky links. That's the funniest thing I ever heard. I just heard that word.
Sneaky links.
But you could get caught with a rotary phone, but it's done made it tough for the new wave player. I'm not one of them, but if you are one, and if I were one, I'd just quit, because the phones, man, kryptonite to a player.
Well, the thing is, the whole purpose of the technology is to make your life more convenient, right? And so I think that technology there's certain technology that older people, that would be more useful to older people. Things that they need. Like, to be honest with you, when these robots like really fully come out where folk can afford them, and is actually out there for folk to be buying them or using them or leasing them or whatever it is that they're going to be doing, it would be very helpful for the older people. Then that way they don't have to work the technology. They just got to talk to it. Because when it comes to Siri and Alexa and all this type of stuff, when you have them heifers on, they listening. They are listening to you the whole time. So unless you turn that heifer off on your phone or your laptop or your tablet or iPad, she is listening. How do you think they are able to answer when you call their daggone name?
Well, tell you,
they have to listen to you. That's why. Let me tell you something. When we first bought, we bought Alexa, right? We bought her the little round black little box, and had her up there. Oh, it was all fun and dandy until one day I'm sitting there looking at TV, me and my daughter talking, and I look over to the right on my nightstand, and the little light is just circling around. Not the blue light that I'm used to, meaning that she's active, but it like a little orange light. It was just going around and around. I'm like, now what this heifer doing?
What light was that?
This was the little light that go, the little blue light, like when you talk to Alexa, when you talk to her, the blue light comes up to let you know she's listening, she's talking to you, she's giving you, she's responding.
I didn't ever see no lights on mine because the person that had it, every time they left, I unplugged it because I didn't trust it.
Well, then that's the thing. That's fine because you unplugged it, but that's what I ended up doing with Alexa. That's what I did. I seen the little orange light while I'm not even talking to the heifer, but the orange light is going. I said, So the first time it happened, I'm like, okay, that ain't nothing. So then I say her name, all of a sudden the orange light go out. And I'm like,
Wala says she knows what you're talking about. She done seen the orange light too.
Exactly. Yeah, this is a little light because they listen. Because the whole purpose of those things are to learn you. So that's why, if you don't believe me, try this right now. If you talk about stuff enough around your phone, all of a sudden you'll get advertisements for it, videos come up about it or whatever. Because let me tell you something. Me and Timmy have been talking about, hey, what we gonna wear for Halloween on the icon? Are we gonna do a costume? Or we just gonna like dress up in like Halloween colors and maybe just do a mask or, whatever the case is. So today I'm looking through my phone, all of a sudden I'm getting advertisement, Fashion Nova costumes, Party City costumes. I'm like, what the hell is this? Hey, good night, Mickey. I'm like, it's just always listening. And the same thing with Siri, that heifer be listening too, because sometimes she'll say stuff. And I'm like, heifer, I ain't talking to you. Like, I ain't say your name. I didn't say anything close to your name, but she'll come out and she'll say something. And I'm like, I was not talking to you. So those are the things. And if you talk to it, enough and like a regular conversation, it will have a conversation with you.
Well, I think like and while others have it, she said, yeah, we did used to say, hey, the phone, listen, like it was certain things, if we had a conversation, it wouldn't be said around the phone or turn the phone off. You can't hear it if it ain't on. But another thing I noticed, and I think I read it from my investing channel and all that and research and stuff. But a lot of times when we research something at work or even on our phones or on a laptop, we Google it. Even if we know the website, let's say I went to Fanatics today, which is sportswear, baseball hats and stuff. I did it on my computer and I didn't type Fanatics. I just typed Fanatics in Google, put it up, did some stuff, went outside, pulled up my phone, went on Instagram. Not even 2 minutes later, and there it is. Everything I was looking at on my computer had went over to Instagram and embedded. But that's probably because they're some cahoots somewhere. But anyway, that's a whole nother topic.
Well, don't forget your email. Your emails pretty much link you wherever you are, especially if you got iPhone or whatever. Like for instance, if I go on my phone right now and Google and look up a restaurant that I want to go to or I'm talking about, the next time I get in my car and my navigation comes up, it's gonna pull it up. It will pull it up. And I'm like, I ain't trying to go there, not today, but thank you. I'll save it for another time because I said I wanted to go. But I don't need, but the car is like, well, let me help you. Or your vehicle or whatever will remember your routine. And it'll automatically assume this where you want to go. You want to go to work? No, heifer, it's Saturday. I'm not going to work. You can take that off the screen. So yeah, just But since you're talking about privacy, pandemonium, not privacy pandemonium, privacy paranoia. Mm-hmm. I noticed that older people have that issue too. They are very skeptical about technology and all of this stuff, and I won't talk about it. They is listening, they watching you. Oh, it's gonna give you cancer in your head, in your brain, because you got the phone up to your ear. And like anything dealing with technology, They don't want it. I know people who will drive to go pay a bill instead of paying a bill online. People will write a check instead of using a card. So that's what they'll end up doing. It's like you get people who they want, like, okay, my godmother, she lives in New York. I would like to send her money. I would like to just Zelle her some money for her birthday or something or whatever. She gonna talk about put in the card and send it to me. No, not with y'all postal service up there. That postal service done opened up snacks and stuff I done had delivered to the house. They got open envelopes because they know the holidays coming and people getting money and cards and stuff. I'm like, no, I don't trust sending no cash money in no card in the mail. You crazy? No. And so I said, why don't you get the I'm not doing Zelle or Cash App. They're gonna take money out my account. No, they only take money out your account if you're not keeping a balance in your account. That's where your money's going. You got to make sure that you have a balance, or you have an automatic deposit so you don't get charged a fee. But oh no, she's like, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Just send it to as a gift card or something. I said, that's the same thing as mailing it to you. Mailing you cash, same thing.
Do you think with the technology paranoia that we sometimes create that though? Because I'm going back to when I was a child, when there was not all this technology wasn't there. The older people was always told, and I was a kid, hey, mama, be careful when you go out there. Be careful when you going to work or whatever. Look both ways because it's crazy people out there. We were always told this. And all we had back then was a phone, a vehicle, and a TV and a radio. That was our technology. Now, and they were paranoid then. Now we have computers and all this technology and wireless. You can have a computer here, not even plugged into anything, but then you could talk to people all across the world. Everything they had was plugged in. It wasn't like it is now. So I wonder if they were already paranoid and now all this other stuff is coming at them. And we're telling them 3 times as much to be careful, because you have to be careful 3 times as much with everything that's going on. You have to be. They're already paranoid. They need to be, but there's a difference between being aware and then so much awareness. Does it create a sense of paranoia? I'm asking. I'm not saying I'm asking. I'm just wondering your thoughts on that.
Well, that's a good point about that, because my father, he just used his cell phone for talking and answering. He don't do no texts. He don't read no emails. He don't play no game. He don't do nothing. His iPhone is strictly for talking and receiving phone calls. He'd make phone calls, receive phone calls, and that's it. But he was telling me, he said, well, I need to learn how to start accessing my emails, or I need to start checking my bank account and all that stuff. I said, no, you don't. I said, because all you're going to do is fumble that ball. Just coast back. I got it. Because like Tanya said, that remembering process. So when you lock your cell phone up for 2 hours, and I got to turn around and wait and be patiently, then you turn around and drop the ball on your bank account, and you done dropped it, or you done messed around and let one of your friends come over and they in the app, and then they selling themselves money, and you don't know they selling themselves money because you don't know what's going on. Or they cash app, and like they had people that was at a location downtown and said, girls was trying to take a picture. My son was telling me about it. Girl was taking a picture. Guy walks up, said, hey, I'll take the picture for you guys. Don't y'all get in the picture. The whole time when they all getting all up, he's flashing, using his finger, he's flashing through and saw Cash App on the phone. But wait a minute, y'all get back there. The whole time he working the Cash App with his phone, popping it, sending himself money. By the time he gave the phone back, he done sent himself like $500. And they never seen it coming because they was too busy trying to get cute for the camera.
I know one of the things that I complain about, and it's going back to the rotary phones, the smartphones, and the older generation, and any generation for that matter, this two-factor authentication, as much as it get on my nerves, I'm glad they have it, because now, I'm not saying it's impossible. Nothing's impossible, but it make it a lot harder, because I'm noticing more and more, most of my stuff, if that I would do on my phone, if I'm on my laptop, it's going to send me back to that phone.
Right.
It's going to revert me back to that phone somehow, some way. So in a way, that's bad, because I'm basically, if I lose my phone, and I'm thinking of a real scenario here, if I lose my phone and I don't have the money to go get another one immediately, I'm pretty much shut down until I get that money. Because everything, a lot of these logins, if you got to have Face ID, but if you let on a laptop, there is no Face ID. You lost your phone, all you have is a laptop. It's going to revert you back to that phone that you don't have anymore.
Right.
And that's something. And I think, and I was thinking, I saw a skit and I was trying to find, I had muted myself, but I can't even remember my login because everything's Face ID. I can't remember how to log in on a laptop, but that was a skit. I'm serious, T. And I just it's over there on another phone, but that's crazy. I got to go to the old phone to get the password to get on my computer, because the new phone, all I do is put it to my face, y'all. And that's what we're talking about. From a simple rotary phone to me doing a whole workout session just to be able to show Tanya, Tim, and everybody else this one little skit I want to show them. That's crazy, but that's what we are. And we're getting used to it quicker because we're a younger generation, but there are a lot of people out there that are stuck in their ways. They ain't trying to get used to nothing new. They gonna keep doing it the way they've been doing it. So, but I saw this skit and it was so funny. It's these three younger guys, but they're dressed up like older guys. They're comedians. And one of them, he was on the phone with this guy. He said, "No, man, I don't need life insurance." And the young guy said, "Hey, man, is that spam calling you? Mr. Caller, last name Caller." But that's what showed up on the ID, spam caller. I mean, telling us, "Hey, this is a spam caller, don't answer." But this guy answered, and he said, so they went on, and he said, "Look, spam, I done told you to quit calling me, man. I don't need anything from you." The guy said, "I don't even know why it said do not answer, but then it said spam caller. Oh, I'm confused." But he was acting like an older person. Then so they hung up. And then they got to talk. He said, "You know what, man? What's one of the things we used to eat when we were young? We used to eat spam. That was part of the spam family."
Lord have mercy. Come on now.
And this guy, this was a skit. It was a joke. He called the number they called him back there. He said, "Man, I want to get that contract. What, you need my social? My social is." He gave the guy his social. But it was a skit. But they got him because their mind. But here it is. The phone is telling them spam caller. We all know don't answer that.
That's right.
But this mind, that's called ID. First name spam. I mean, they're not thinking as quick as we are sometimes.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up, because that's that was actually my next topic. And it was about basically, falling for scams and misinformation. And unfortunately, I put it this way, it's not just the older group. Of course, you get the people who are desperate, right? Also fall for certain scams, because it depends on what the scam is. If your credit is in the toilet, if you ever notice, if your credit is ever in the toilet, you're going to be getting so many offers for personal loans, credit cards, all kinds of stuff. We're going to help you rebuild your credit. We're going to help you. You need this loan to help consolidate your credit. And you know what? And people who are desperate, they will take part in that. Old people are just trusting because they don't know. They going by what the person said. Well, they called and said they was calling from the IRS, and they said that it was due, and if not, that they was going to send the cops to my house. And so I had to give them my information, and I had to pay the deposit money of this amount. They will do it. And I don't know why they fall for it. But you know what? You even get folk that ain't old that fall for stuff, because sometimes it might be close to being real. Like, for instance, you may get a text message in reference to maybe, I don't know, a delivery that you're expecting, right? You're expecting a delivery. You don't like you don't know, because they send, just because people send stuff doesn't mean it always has to come by the USPS or UPS or FedEx or DHL or whoever. You don't know who's going to deliver it. So it's very easy for you to receive a text saying, hey, we're holding your package because we need some additional information and blah, blah, blah. Please click this link and fill this out so we can get your package to you. Well, if you're expecting a package, most people would be like, oh, yeah, I am expecting a package. Let me hit this button. No, you don't hit that link. What you do is you go through UPS, or you look at whatever package you're supposed to be getting. If you ordered it from Amazon, then you go to Amazon and you be like, is my package delayed? You might find out Amazon be like, your package ain't delayed. It's coming tonight at 8 o'clock. Well, who was texting me? Right? Or, hey, this is the IRS. You need to pay this. Or, hey, somebody stole your social security number. You need to click on here to confirm your social security. People will do it because they're scared of something. So, unfortunately, older people fall for it. And unfortunately, some younger folk too. But older people, they fall for stuff like that. And my thing is, I don't click on no link. And one time the link was true. And I called the bank back and I said, don't send stuff like that. Because I called them and they were like, oh no, yeah, our fraud department sent that to you. Because I said, well, you know better not to be texting nobody. I'm like, I'm not about to click on that. I'm going to come call you directly and be like, hey, y'all said there was some fraud going on. Who's trying to use my number? Because if I don't call you, I'm not clicking on no link on no text message. But
you know, I'm doing a real.
You ever felt something like that, Rod?
I'm doing a real life experiment right now where, I mean, it's really happening. I'm moving slower than I do. And people, I'm here to tell you, people, if they think you're older, they treat you differently and not in the best way. I went to Starbucks at 7:20 last night and got a regular cup of coffee. I ain't talking about no macchiatos and none of that. A cup of coffee. So I ordered it from the young lady. After she took my order, she left. They give me I said, can I get a receipt? She gave me a receipt. Well, can I get some sugar? It's over there. Now I say, did I hit the wrong coffee shop? So I kept on going. Yeah, I'm standing up there. And I'm noticing, I'm like, man, I've been here about 7 minutes. I said, man, how long do it take to pour a cup of coffee? He said, hey, well, we have to make some pipes, place. I said, well, what you doing then? He said, well, do you want the Americano way instead? I said, did I order any Americano? I want some pipes, please. I said, wait a minute, man, you was going to let me stand here and she gone wherever she went. I said, I'm going to tell you something, man. I understand why this place is going down the drain. You're probably one of the reasons I sold all my shares in this company. And when I said that, the whole attitude changed, but it's too late. I really had, because I had been there before. And I said, man, I came here. Every time I come here, y'all give me cold coffee. If I want some cold coffee, I got a Frappuccino. I got some hot coffee and it's cold. But it's not just that, man. The way that they're talking to older people, I went to 7-Eleven today. I was telling the other day, I said, man, I don't want to be here all day. Well, you got to wait in line. I'm busy. This is what the guy told me. Guess what happened today, Tanya? I went there today. The owner had been out the country, but she came back today. I said, hey, it's good to see you back. The dude looked like he had saw 14 ghosts. I said, it's good to see you back. She said, oh, you missed me. I said, you don't know how much I miss you, because I almost went to another store because this place has fallen apart since you've been gone.
Ooh, you didn't blow their spot up.
She said, do you mind coming up here and tell me some of the things that's been going on when you have time? That dude turned a whole different color. But the moral of the story, you don't know who you messing with just because they may look a certain age or dress a certain way.
Right.
But getting back on topic with these cell phones now, Yes, I've been scammed. I think anybody that said it
So,
haven't
which
been.
scam you don't fail for, Rod?
Oh, none of them phone scams. I'm the dude that
Oh, okay.
I'm the dude that'll play with you. I love the phone scams. If I got time, one day I
See,
had nothing to
that's
do, tell you. I called them back. I kept calling them back. And the
you call.
dude said, why you keep calling me? I said, well, you keep calling me. I forgot to call you for a change. I think he put me on do not disturb. He wouldn't even answer the phone. And then when he wouldn't answer, I'd ask to speak to him. And I told him, I said, hey, man, I'm across the street looking at the building you in, man. You in that brown chair, the black chair. I can't tell what. I was just messing with him, but I never heard from him again. So, you know, I will. And hey, Wild Loves will tell you. Rob will call him back, and I will. So
what you say to them? Like when you call them back, what you say to them?
Okay, I'm gonna give you an example. Now, this just happened to not be nobody outside. This woman here sounded like a sister. But one day I was at work with nothing to do, and since I was in charge, I could get away with it. And she said she was calling for security to give me. I'm gonna give you two of them for a security company. And I said, security company. I said, oh man, I'm glad you called because I actually need some extra security. A home security or a business? She said, either one. That's okay. Because my home seconds as a business. And she said, really? What kind of business? I said, well, you got to brace for this. And it's a different type of home business situation I got going on. I said, my home doubles as a funeral home. And I think those people be moving at night, but I can't prove it. So I need a good camera and a good security system so I can catch them when they move.
Are you serious?
This lady said, she said, oh my God. That's what I be saying. I said, I'm telling you, man, I came in the other night. You know how when they bring him in, they had that toe tag. This dude's foot was under the cover, and I know it wasn't under the cover when I left him. And there ain't nobody here but me. She hung up.
What did the lady say?
She hung up on me. So then one more.
She hung up on you.
This dude called. He said, hey, he was calling about Medicare A and B or whatever they got nowadays. I said, well, I got A and B, but I think it's a Medicaid D that they forgot to give me. He said, well, I never heard of D. I said, well, I had neither, but they said that I need to get it because I don't have it. He said, well, I said, if you offer that, I'll get A, B, C, and D if you offer D. And he said, well, what does D give you? I said, according to them, I'm supposed to be able to get either Cialis or Viagra, whichever one I choose as some weed, whichever one I get to get two of them. The dude said, he hung up too, but I don't have time to do that today, man. I mean, every day. Some days I do it. It's been like months since I did that, but and it's usually if I'm having a terrible, terrible day. But the scam, I can't remember. I know I got scammed about some, but that was some years ago. And only because I'm that probably extra paranoid person that spend unnecessarily time out of my life being on a double lookout for people that's trying to scam people. And it's sad that our generation, they've been living like that for decades. This didn't just start. It's worse now because of technology. But, you know, I had some stuff here about these rotary phones, though. Now.
So, wait a minute. That first one with the funeral home was funny. I think I'll probably use that if someone called. But most of the scam calls that I've noticed have been credit card interest rate, talking about they can lower your interest rate. I'm like,
I got one for that too.
If the credit card company is going to lower your interest rate, they don't need to call you to do it. They're going to do it on their own. The second one is IRS. Third one is Social Security card fraud. Another one is usually a text message, UPS, like, you know, your delivery or whatever's been delayed or is held up at the station. Another one is your car warranty. Now, the car warranty people, I have played with them. Because when they would call and say, hey, we're calling about your car warranty, and it's usually one of the older cars, right? Mm-hmm. And mind you, we had 3 Fords at the time. We had a Ford Edge, Ford Fusion, and Ford Explorer. at the time. So the Edge was the oldest one. So that's the one that they were so-called calling about, right? And they're talking about they calling from our car warranty company, right? So I'm laughing because the car warranty we had was through Ford. So, and our other 2 cars were Ford. So when they were called to ask about it, and they was like, hey, would you like to extend your car warranty? We noticed that, it's expired or termed, and, you may want to keep it covered. And I said, no, thank you. I don't have that car anymore. And then they go, well, what other car do you have? I said, you said you was calling from our car warranty company, right? And they say, yeah. I said, well, then you should know what other 2 cars I got. So then they would hang up. Because I'm like, they're all Fords, Heifer. Why are you? We're not stupid, but they will call and call because guess what? Somebody fell for it, which is why they keep calling.
If they, from what I've heard, like doing a little research about it, if they get 1 or 2 people in that day, they consider one person a victory, because some of the countries they're calling from, what they can get from one person, even though it may be minute to us, is humongous to people maybe in that particular region of the world. Now, I do have several. I'm not about to go, but I probably have one for every scenario. I've had interest rates, and I remember telling the guy, hey, it's your lucky day, man. It's amazing. I can't believe this. We do the same thing. I'm calling around. You just happen to catch me between calls because I'm calling people trying to lower their rate too. What kind of rate you offering? And then whatever he tell me, I'm gonna go lower it, and then it throw them off. But Tanya just said, if you want to get rid of a scam, if you just happen to answer the phone, I ain't saying go just do what I do sometimes to play around, but the more questions you ask, they will get off the phone. I called one dude back, man. I said, man, what kind of bank is this? You hung up on me, man. You better I mean, and most of the time when you call back, you're going to get a busy signal or the phone's not answered. And it's sad that they're using our area codes that we frequent to make it look like someone in our region. I live in an 817 area code. Most of my spam calls are from 817 or Dallas area code. So be on the lookout for that, man. Now, one thing, going back to these old people, man, and it is just to lighten the mood a little bit, because I thought about something, man. Let me get back to my notes here. When y'all see me looking down, I'm looking at my notes for the interview. Now, what about when you own the phone in your car and you got somebody in the car that's older with you, and you just because you talking to somebody, I think it's because you're not talking to them personally. You need to get off the phone. You're gonna tear the car up. I don't know why you gotta be. Why you can't wait till
you gonna tear the car up?
You ain't never had nobody do you like that if you're on the phone or old.
Oh, person. You mean because they say you need to pay attention?
Yeah, you need to pay attention to the road. Now you know that the road. You got earbuds in your ear.
Well, you know why? I'll put it this way. There might be some validity to that, because you ever be somewhere and you trying to find your way around and you cut your music down to do it. Why you gotta cut your music down?
I cut my music down to back up because that's how I was
taught.
Why? That's how I was taught. My pops, I told my pops.
What does what you listen to have to do with your eyes?
I will say this here: as each year passes by, you are able to concentrate with less noise. I will say that. So if I got Tanya talking, Timmy talking, the kids blowing balloons up, and all this, and then the bulldozers going, somebody got to be quiet. I agree. Somebody got to be quiet. Well, I'm one of them that I can't be like, if I'm texting Tanya right now about the show and my phone ring and I answer it, somebody's gonna suffer. I'm not gonna be able to do both.
I'm gonna tell you this. Now I do get it and understand that if you're doing something and it's a matter of put your glasses on. If you're doing something that requires you to talk to yourself in your head, right? So if I'm typing something, if I'm writing something, if I'm reading something, if I'm trying to actually brainstorm something, meaning I'm talking to myself in my head, then I can't have distractions because that distraction is keeping me from hearing myself. You know what I mean? Hearing myself, So hold on. You making too much noise with that ice.
Well, see, that didn't bother me. But see, because you talking and you hear that noise.
Yeah, I'm hearing that noise because now I feel like I got the yell.
Oh, but see, it wouldn't bother me because I ain't talking. Now, if I'd have been talking, I may have had to compensate. I probably wouldn't have said nothing because it's pretty timid, but I would have had to compensate. But I just think as I've lived longer, the younger you are, the less of life you've experienced. But as time going on, I was thinking the other night how many presidents I served in the military under. I want to say I was either up to 4 or 5. And that's a lot.
Well, one of them graduated at the bottom of his class, so I don't think he counts. Yeah,
well, I don't know, but I wasn't. I didn't not the one now, but he wasn't one of them. But
is he dead now? Who? The old one that was he wasn't president, he was vice president. What's his name? McCain.
Oh no, he was a senator. He
wasn't president.
We got a ship named after him, but no. But
right, he wasn't president.
He got a ship named after him.
Yeah, he got a ship named after him.
For what?
He was a captain POW. He
did a lot.
I heard he graduated bottom of his damn naval class, naval academy.
No, he graduated. I graduated cum LAUD.
You ain't graduated no cum nut.
Girl, don't make me go get my degree right. But it got my
I believe you.
So I graduated cum laude. I think it's one higher than that. Super cum laude. I don't know all the Mongolian words, so I don't know what it is, but I did. But I think our oh man, so why love said he ain't living no more. Ain't no more.
Gone.
Yeah, he gone. He gone. He left.
But yeah, we got a ship named after that dude, man. But right. I think the longer we live, man, it's harder for us. Like right now, man, y'all, I rode around. This is a real talk. I rode around with a PlayStation when I moved in the trunk of my car, and didn't want to bring it in because I knew if I brought it in, I was going to start messing with it. And I remember when it took me like an hour and a half to set it up. But when I came in here and concentrated and didn't do nothing else, it took me maybe 15 minutes. Mm-hmm. But it took me probably 2 weeks before I brought it in. And that I think a lot of and I've learned some things aren't for me anymore. I worked in IT in the Navy. That was my job. Mm-hmm. I hate IT now. Every time I get it down, I'm over here the other day trying to change the channel on my TV. I'm about to throw this whole TV out the window. And all I need to do is look at the bottom of the screen. It's saying I got to resync my remote control, maybe later or now. And I had to go left or right. I'm like, obviously, I don't want to sync it right now. If I wanted to sync it, I'd be syncing it.
Right.
So I just think from rotary phones to smartphones, and y'all, Tanya came up with this idea. I think it's a challenge, man. And I think we need to give these people some grace, man. I don't think we give the old people enough grace. And I don't know about as much grace as Timmy just gave him. Now that's a lot there, boy.
Let me tell you something. I give people grace when they're honest with themselves. Shut up. I give people grace when they're honest with themselves. In other words, don't in one breath say you old, give me grace, and then in another breath, don't treat me like no old person. Just if you old, just own up to it. Right. Understand your shortcomings and say, help me with this. Don't try to perpetrate like I don't need no help. I ain't this and I ain't that. Okay, well, guess what? Exactly what you say is how you gonna get treated. Whether I know you just saying it or not, I'm the type of person is if you say no, trust me, I'll leave you alone. I'm gonna let you struggle because obviously you You think you got it, so go ahead and go get it. And then that's it. And then the bad part is now I'm just gonna wait for you. Now you gotta come ask me because I'm not gonna offer your help. I'm not gonna offer help anymore. Now you're gonna have to ask me for help. Because if I offer help and you want to be in denial and you want to, huff and puff and be like what you ain't gonna do, okay, hey, no problem.
Well,
keep it moving, do what you're doing. And when you ready to understand and go, you know what, I do need a little help or whatever, I'm more likely to help folk that way. But don't come at me if I'm offering and you want to try to floss up like I don't need this, I don't need that. Hey,
but know one thing I'm learning,
I can use my time another way.
I gotta let Timmy say his piece because he was trying to say something, then I'm gonna say what I gotta say.
The thing about it is, nobody, like we said in the beginning, nobody want to admit that we getting old, but we all gonna get there. We all gonna get there. It's just a matter how you get there. You get there with half your faculties, you get there with a quarter of them, or you get there with none of them. But we all get there because we got certain things that come on, like dementia, that take it away from you.
Right.
But cell phones, smartphones nowadays are overwhelmed. They're overwhelmed anybody. It's called a smartphone. It don't mean that you're dumb.
And while us motivate, put that in the comments. Smartphones can be overwhelming.
Yes, they're overwhelming.
For any age. And Tanya said, for any age. I mean, even the youngest of the young, I guarantee you some on this phone and their phones and y'all phones that even the young ones don't know it's there or know what it do or quite understand it. I mean, every time I try to go deeper into my phone to learn something new, I get frustrated. I'm gonna be honest, because some kind of way, Tanya said, Rod, are you up this late? You live this late? I was over there trying to figure out how to make my phone with StreamYard. I could do it with Ecamm, but how to make it pop up on the screen. Well, guess what, y'all? Now my computer ringing, everything jacked up. I mean, my whole setup is jacked up. And I can't figure out how to unjack it up. I quit the program and start on its own. I mean, but one thing I want to talk about old people and things change. I'm practicing right now on purpose, but it's going to be where I'm not going to be doing it on purpose. I'm conveniently old. And I think a lot of people are
conveniently old. What the hell that mean?
I'm about to tell you.
Okay.
If I don't want to touch the door of the place because it looks like it might have some of that stuff on it from 2020, I'll walk a little slower. And guess what's going to happen? The person before, now if ain't nobody out there, it ain't going to work. Somebody else got to be around. They going to be like, hey, school, let me get that for you, OG. Thank you, sir.
See, you
I can't speed up. That's conveniently. Can I get up there and get the door? I can beat them up there. Or it's been times where I really, even on the last time, I forgot. It happened another time. I forgot what I was going to say. I just made a joke out of it. I wasn't really being conveniently. I had some kind of moment. I don't want to say senior. I had a
geriatric moment.
I ain't gonna say that. That sounds like geriatric.
Geriatric. Remember Geritol, y'all? Remember Geritol? Matter of fact, do they still sell Geritol? Because let me tell y'all something. I don't care what nobody say. When I was in my 30s, I picked up the wrong Centrum vitamins. I picked up the ones that said silver 50 for 50 and up.
Oh, keep telling that story.
I had more energy. I had so much energy. I was in and out the gym and everything. I don't know what the hell they had in them Centrum Silvers, but those vitamins work better than my vitamins that I was supposed to take. What's up, Travel Cake Trips? What's up, Cruz Bolero? How y'all doing?
What up, fam?
I wonder, do they still sell Geritol? Because if they still sell Geritol,
see,
I'm gonna get me some Geritol. Geritol was what they sell it. Hey, and they got a liquid version of it.
Tell you see that right here? I went through it too. Y'all, I had half a Kroger helping me look for the right vitamins. So I started out and got these Centrum for men. I thought I was doing. So I said, Rod, and y'all, when I talk to myself, I talk out loud. And I answer, I ain't gonna lie. I said, Rod, I'm proud of you. I said, man, really? You trying to live right. You go and get you some vitamins. I said, yeah, man, can you believe it? I went up there and got me the biggest bottle I could find that was less than $15. Yeah. Well, I was taking it for a month, man. That's why I was sick, y'all. So I said, okay, I'm going one day. I said, I'm gonna get myself. So I go to Kroger, and I knew I should have got some one a day. I ain't even seen no Centrum commercial. And the lady said, what you need? How old are you? I said, 56. She said, well, you need the 50 plus. I said, that's the problem. Mine don't say it, just say men. I said, they got some say 50 plus. Y'all, do y'all know I had 4 people from Kroger, the meat lady, that lady there, the cookie aisle lady, and the deli lady, all helping me look for vitamins. I had the whole store on the vitamin hunt for 50 plus. I ain't been sick. And she right, y'all. How y'all think I've been doing all these videos and 2-3 interviews? Hey, one a day, y'all hear me? Can I get a sponsorship? Hey, this you want to get some energy? Damn Monster and Celsius and all that. Get some of that one a day. You be running all over I'd be all over this complex. I'd be in areas I ain't even know they had. I was in the doggy area they with no pet.
Anyway, yeah. I'm gonna get me some Geritol. They got
don't be ashamed either. Tell you, hey, do me a favor though. Let us know when you get it so I can go and clown you real quick. But you ain't gonna know.
What you say?
He's gonna get it so he can clown you real quick. You
ain't gonna clown me. You ain't gonna be fist bumping
because I'm gonna be clowning her too.
No, let me say something. No, let me tell you what's gonna happen. I'm gonna get the Geritols. They gonna be working, and then he gonna be talking crap. And then when he realized that they working, he gonna be like, "Let me try one. No, let me try one." Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. Look, yeah, you are.
I take enough medication.
You know, because your mama sent you enough of it. Every time she turn around, son, I've sent this to you for your stomach problems. Son, I sent this to you so you can go to the bathroom. Son, I'm getting this to you for your diabetes. Son, I'm going to send this to you for your fiber. His mama is his pusher, honey. He got whatever drugs he taking came from his mama.
Yeah, she the plug. She the plug. My mama send me more drugs.
What's up,
that
Trav?
She done seen on TV. This gonna help you. See, back, and she's a minister. Back in the days, it was prayer cloths. You get that prayer cloth, and it healed everything. Lay it if you had a cramp on your neck, you lay the prayer cloth on your neck. You have a cramp. And you had stomach problem, you laid a prayer across your stomach. Now, take these pills. I'm gonna send you these pills in the mail.
Hey, you right. Hey, Timmy, you know what? My family was the family of one remedy. Like, I mean, and they kept changing though. It wasn't just one for your life. Like, this is the honest to God truth. I'm glad he ain't here because he could face charges. And that's my pops. I remember when I was a little kid, maybe I got smart, maybe I lost some sales. I don't know. I ain't figured it out yet. But he said, boy, what's wrong with you? Why are you talking like that? I said, I can't breathe. Dad, I think I got a cold. He said, come here. Hurry up before your mama get home. I right there and there. Should have known. Hurry up before your mama get home. Man, this dude got a towel, a regular face towel, and got a can. Y'all, this can didn't said nothing about no cold, no flu, none of the above. It was Lysol. This dude drenched the towel in Lysol and stuck it up to my head.
No!
And grabbed the back of it. Boy, I could smell what was 4 houses down, man. I ain't had no more. I can tell you what they were cooking 4 houses down, man. And he said,
wait a minute.
Your mama, hey, don't even tell your mama you was
Lysol.
Yeah, he said, don't tell your mama you was sick because she's gonna ask you how you get better. Then you're gonna tell her what I did. Then it's gonna be a mess. Just know you all right. Leave it at that. My pops was a G. And
what
y'all remember? Huh?
What about the you know what? I'll leave
the
that
chemicals and all that. I don't know.
Well, okay, we need to talk about old time remedies. That'll be another topic. Because I got some
Well, half of the remedies, they didn't even
remedies,
have the right name for what pissed me off. Like,
it would be so illegal. How you make your child eat Vicks?
hey, you know what? Like, yeah, Vicks. Like, boy, you remember that was another stop shop in my house. Hey, my leg about to fall off. Dad, I played football out in
Bro, let
me give you some of this Vicks vapor rub and put on it. Boy, you trying to kill me, man. Let me put some of this Vicks vapor rub. Have Vicks vapor rub on your chest, under your nose, on your forehead, in the back of your head, on your neck. You run around just smelling like one big old Newport.
What's up, Sherman?
Big old thing of liniment. All that castor oil. Now that one-stop shop, that castor oil now.
Don't talk about that. I got some of that right now, man. I had this thing in my head. I kept scratching it. That's why I got this hat on. I done made me a self-made little meteor right here. And somebody said, go get some castor oil. Of course, if Rod get it, it don't say it got castor oil, ginger root, potanium roots. And I said, Lord have mercy. It worked though. I'd be up in there, but y'all, they ain't tell me I had to rub it in. I put it in my head. And then let it sit up there with it set out of my chair outside. They said, no, I thought I was sweating. I said, ain't that hot out here, man? I got castor oil coming on.
Running all down your face.
I'm sorry, y'all, man. So tell you, Tim, I know we getting paid. Y'all, hey, I ain't working. I did work, man. Thanks to this, whatever. I done lost
well, see, that's why you could do the 11 million videos and interviews in the same day.
No, I just have a lot. Yeah, I have a lot of time and my thought process, man. Right now, like I can't keep up. My mind, I'll be honest with y'all, my mind cannot. No, let me rephrase that. My production can't keep up with my mind.
Gotcha.
I have I have about 5 videos right now ready to drop. All I gotta do is press a button. But I don't want to flood the market. And I got 3 channels to choose from, but I still don't want to flood the market regardless of which channel it is. But yeah, you still have to have, even though people are seeing all this, even when I do, if people knew the thought that I put into a simple, what people see as a simple IG promo or even a thumbnail, y'all don't know how long it took me to find that little old lady that's on that thumbnail, to make sure it's copyrighted, to make sure she's big enough so me and Tanya can squeeze in, the words can get it. It's a lot to go into this. Even the music, every song that I put in the stuff, I'm not going to go over here and back that thing up and I'm about to have an interview with somebody that go to church 17 times a week. I'm just not doing that.
Right.
I might like it, but I got to think about this. And so it's a lot to go into this, but yeah, I do have a lot of time though. Like I'll be bored tonight, but guess what? You ain't gonna believe this. I pulled it out.
No, you didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Is that Nintendo?
No, this PlayStation 4.
PlayStation. Okay, look, they all look the same to me.
Oh yeah, go try to get a game. They don't make. I went into Walmart. Oh, dudes that couldn't quit laughing. Hey, OJ, you out of luck, man. They don't even
she was a Game Boy queen.
No, Game Boy.
You always had the little small game. Game Boy.
Okay. Well, no, I had it, but that's not what I used it for. I played a lot of puzzle.
Right, it was a Game Boy. Because me, you, and the baby had one at one time. All of us had.
Yeah, but I didn't use it like in that way. It was more of a like an escape room puzzle, find like Zelda, try to find the pieces and do stuff and get stuff. I didn't like I wasn't on there like with my thumbs going crazy. It was more like move up, pick that up, move down, pick that up. So
right, she's trying to fake out like she ain't old like the rest of us. She had a damn Game Boy.
I remember the damn.
She had a Game Boy.
My first. I know how old I am. I told you I'm not in denial, and I'm not afraid of saying I'm old or what I'm incapable of doing. But do you remember the first video game? Them 2 little sticks on your TV with the damn tennis.
Yeah.
What the hell you call that again?
2600.
What was it?
Atari. Yeah, Atari 2600.
When they came out with the 5200, I'm OG, man. I
with the little blip.
Yeah. And the crazy part, we was intrigued. I remember, now I think this was super dumb, but of course, I remember getting dump trucks and had to physically roll in and go put some dirt in it, and like you were really in a dump truck. Boy, kid, I laugh you off.
Crap said it was called Pong.
That's what it was called, Pong. Okay, there it is. Yep, it was Atari. I'm telling you, man, you go back. Man, I remember they had a little football where the little lines go up and down, up. Man, I mean,
Look, Etta said she laughed at the Travel Cake Trip said they laugh at the thumbnail. I did too. When he sent me the thumbnail and the link, and I went to open it, I clicked on it to make it bigger, and I saw that old lady face. I laughed. I said, he a damn fool.
Y'all, I went through so many, every old perfect picture I found, copyright. I said, oh man, I was about to give up, and I said, I can't, man. We're already a little late on this. And I don't usually send them to tell you. I said, I might want to send this one. This one might be a little over the top, because when it's me, like I said, most of my thumbnails gonna have a meaning or a message, even especially my IG posts, either what it's like today, I posted today, and it just dawned on me. I got out of the car and I took a picture. Every time I pull into my garage, there's the Points Blank Network line that I put on the wall, only because it happened to be a nail there. I ain't planning like this. I figured it was fate. I said, man, every time I pull in this garage, I purchased this vehicle from the Points Blank Network. This is going to remind me to get my butt in here and grind instead of pulling this out, because I ain't got nothing to do all day. But I can keep thinking that, and then I'm going to have something to do. I'm going to be looking for somewhere to live, because I'm being room number 3 in the Poe house. So, I create little stuff like that. But anyway, man, I don't want to keep telling you Timmy here, but yeah, and man, Tanya be coming. Yeah, she ain't know that. She be coming up with seem like the simplest topics, but boy, these thumbnails getting harder. I had to go find. I had to find the side piece. Then I had to find a dude, so did nobody get mad about that? Then I had to find an AI picture that didn't scare about it. I said, Lord, it's fun though. I enjoy it. I said, Tanya, just give me the idea. Tell me what we talk about. I'll come up with something. But if I'm sketchy, she gonna get it. So. But y'all need to let us know, man. What do y'all think of these? I mean, are we too joking? Are we too serious? Are we right in between? I mean, we try not to be serious. We try not to joke. We want to have fun, but then we also want to hit some topics that really make people think. AI is coming. Our people they grew up with rotary phones, and now they're a commodity now. They're not something you can just find. And are we taking the time to show them, or are we getting frustrated because they don't know something that they wasn't taught? I'm in that same boat. I wish I had my grandparents around and say, hey, man, you on my nerve, but let me go and show you for the 58th time.
That part.
I want y'all to think about one last thing from Rod, and I'm going to let Tanya say what she got to say. Y'all remember, I remember somebody getting the wrong number. My grandma having coming in, somebody called, and she got to explain to her friend for 15 minutes why they had the wrong number. She don't know why they keep calling. Now we get a missed call and we think it's spam. We keep on moving. Dude, those were the good old days, man. The next time you look at your relative and you get frustrated with them, whether it's rotary phones, smartphones, think about those that wish they had somebody like that getting on their nerves. That's my part of words.
Well, I don't want nobody getting on my nerve.
Or when you got somebody that take the time out, who know that eventually we're going to all get there. But it's called giving back, because technology is going to outrun us all. It's going to outrun us all. I guarantee you in 10 more years, cars will be flying. Right now, we got self-driving cars, but cars going to be flying.
And you know what? And I'm going to be in one of them too. I'm going to be in one of them, even if I'm in the passenger seat. And if they feel like I'm too old to drive or my eyesight bad, I'm going to be sitting in the back seat flying in that goddamn car.
No, Shane, I'm going to get on down there and get your car with them 4 wheels on it, and you follow me through on the road. I'm gonna fly.
Oh no! If let me tell you something. I already told you. I am just fine with getting old. I'm just fine with saying, you know what? This is surpassing me. I won't be able to do it. I'll let you do it, but I would like to ride. You can drive, but I'm gonna ride. That's what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna use these robots till they can't move no more. They're gonna be like, that old lady working me to death. You goddamn right, because you a robot. You don't need no massage. You don't get tired. You don't think about nothing. I need you to do this, do this, do this. I can't damn wait. I can't wait.
Well, on technology, I'm going to throw this out there too. As far as the phone goes, There's always tutorials out there to teach you everything. Like Apple just did their new push for their new phone, but Apple also did a great big update on all the phones. It changed everything on the phone. It changed the operator, the interface, everything. So guess what you got to do now? Me, young, old, everybody, you got to go to YouTube, and it says certain settings you need to turn off to preserve battery life. Certain settings that defaulted on to give away your location, to give away you give Apple permission to use you as a test subject. All of that stuff you got to turn off. So with technology as it moves forward, you have to be paying attention to be conscious to know what you got to fix.
Great point. And I want to put what the travel cake trips put up here. The Jetsons saw the future. That was a cartoon. And that's true. They saw the future. And a lot of people, including myself, thought it was a joke, didn't believe it. And it's here. I also want to put this up, and I want to address this. Put a poll, because I asked, hey, how are we doing? Put a poll out there to get a good take on what you want to know. And I plan on doing that, but I like to do it both ways. And I'll explain that to Travel Cake Trips and anybody else, because I've had several people ask me, why don't you do a lot of sharing? Why don't you do a lot of... I've been in this game a long time. I've created probably more than that, but I have 6 channels right now. 3 are on my radar. The other 3 are there. How YouTube has evolved. The polls used to mean something. The channel memberships used to mean something. The super chats used to mean something. And now, I got a thing. Okay. Now, a lot of your old school people will see a poll like me. I'll see a poll, I'll fly right by it. I don't read them because some of those polls.
A poll.
Yeah, a YouTube poll. A poll.
Oh, I thought
No, not a stripper poll. But a lot of your old head, because you look at some of those polls, they make no sense. And you see some very cool. If I see one from Tanya, I'm paying attention because I know it's gonna make sense. But I'll see some, what's your favorite crayon, red or blue? I don't have time for that. So right. I got in my mind, I just bypass, even with sharing. I look at what I'm sharing out. If I'm on Points Blank Travel, I'm not going to share why the monkeys are flying around Disney.
Right.
If I'm on the investing channel, I'm not going to put why the Raiders just lost. I may, because some of them may be football fans, but there's a way to do this here when you're a business. But I like the Travel Cake Trips because I am going to say it here because and I'm going to put out as a poll because I finally come to realization there's a new school way of doing it and an old school way of doing it. And I need to combine the two. I can't take the old raw way and I can't jump right into the new way. I got to slowly migrate over. But those polls, I think a lot of the people that have been around a while and are going to remain with YouTube kind of overlook the polls because they've been bad apples messed up the good apples. I'll put it like that. And that's why I kind of do it. That's why you don't see me share a lot of stuff out because if I see Tanya, now I will say Sharon has saved me. When I see Tanya share something out, or I see Meet and I share something out, or I see Etta share something, I'm going to look at it because I know the quality. But then I get shared some stuff, and I'm like, man, I don't care about the caterpillar that's going to fly away. I mean, so that's just me. But anyway, Tanya, you got any? Hey, you see what Etta said? Etta said, "No, not a stripper pole."
See,
that's a pole. Hey, Etta been killing me with them hashtags. And then I was going to say, I ain't heard that in a long time. Man, I went to House of X's thing the other night and it got pushed back 15 minutes. And I got to doing something and had a rotary phone moment. That's what I'm going to start calling. I had a rotary phone moment and forgot. Then I went back. And then I saw him the next day and I think it was a new live, but I thought I got all confused. Then Leo told me today in Traps to check my IG. I know I'm in some kind of trouble. When they tell me to check my IG, I'm in trouble.
You gotta watch that live. Well, first off, the first live, when it was actually going on, Leo, the cameraman, he need to be fired we were in the corner staring at the damn ceiling, all the action going on over there, but we over here looking at that. I said, can you turn the damn camera around, please? Turn the camera so we can see them. Turn it to the left. Turn it to the no. Your right, my left. Turn to the right. Can you tilt it down some? So he'll do that, and then he'll put it right back again. I'm like, the entertainment ain't over. Just turn the tripod over. Turn it over to the. So yesterday's video premiere was actually where somebody else must have recorded it from the audience so you could see everything. I'm like, finally, I get to see what the hell happened. Man, let's just say there was titties out on the screen. That's all I got to say. Titties was out on the screen. I was like, oh, okay.
This was in NYC?
Yeah, this is New York City.
Hey, y'all, I got to get with y'all.
It's a House of X event.
We ain't going to do it on this thing because we run out of time, but I want to take a trip, and I keep doing lives. I wanted to go to Belize, then I want to go to Brazil. Them two ain't working out. Now I want to go to Vegas, but then that ain't really going nowhere. I'm going to have to, y'all
go to Curacao.
It ain't like no Maldives and Bora Bora. I don't want to go nowhere.
No. Go to Curacao. It's just like going to Aruba. That's what we looking at next year because we done canceled Cancun because they got too much gang stuff going on over there. Folk having problems getting back on the plane and all that type of stuff. Hard Rock was the secondary. That was in 2027. So we said, we move it to 2026. And Planet Hollywood, I'm not Planet Hollywood, Hard Rock Casino Resort, all-inclusive, ain't really all-inclusive no more. They say all-inclusive, but the casino, you don't get all your perks in the casino and you don't get your perks in the club. I'm like, what the hell? Are you serious? So they done changed a lot of stuff since we've been in. We was just there 3 years ago. So because that wasn't all-inclusive, we decided to change. So we're going to do Curacao.
Now, let me ask you
I have my travel agent looking for a couple of all-inclusive resorts that also have casinos because there's a lot of people who like to play casinos. So, yeah.
Let me ask y'all a question. I know y'all are going together. Let's say I'm going just me and I'm not going to look for nobody. Is it a place that I would go and have fun?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. Because I'm not, if I go by myself, I'm not going there to treasure hunting. I'm just going to chill. But I don't want to be so relaxed like the Maldives where I get bored.
Okay.
That's when you go with a group like me, my son, and and four more other guys. So we just went a little guys thing to Punta Cana to the Hard Rock and everything. You know, sometimes you just want to see the sights, enjoy the culture. You know what I'm saying? And eat good, drink good. Like I said, my first night, man, I drunk real good. They was calling me, come back. When you coming back? I'll be back when I get back. Don't call now. I know on my way back.
Oh, see, that's how I feel when I'm in the pool.
When I got to the room, I was like this. You thought I had died. I done drunk so much. But I had a good time. But the Hard Rock, like Tanya said, ain't what it used to be. But when we was there, we had membership. So that's a little different. But, I think an all-inclusive resort should be all-inclusive. It shouldn't be hidden. But then again, look at all the cruises now. All the cruises used to be all-inclusive. Now you got specialty dining and all that stuff. It's the same thing. Wherever you go, the dollar going to change.
See, that's what I'm facing. I want to go somewhere that's not boring because I'm more than likely going to be just me. But then if I do go somewhere that's buck wild, like I went to New York by myself and I didn't take advantage of it because I was by myself. If I'd have been with someone, I'd have went in. I did all the sightseeing before, but I wanted to do it again. I didn't see everything. So I'll talk to y'all offline. I know y'all be traveling. Y'all be hitting some spot. Leo said I'm not in trouble. He was just thanking me for stopping by. Cool. So we didn't even really touch the surface. I know we probably appeared that we went off topic, and I know we probably did. It's so much when you think about rotary phones and cell phones and technology and young people and old people and somewhere in between. But what are your thoughts, Tanya, before we get out of here?
None. I just think that old folks can use technology and they're not stupid. It just means that sometimes technology may move faster at a pace than what they're used to, right? So they grew up in an age where, it took a while to learn some things, right? But I mean, like I said, they've had careers, they had jobs, they had professions, they've done their thing. So it's not like they're stupid. Give them grace as long as they want grace.
And patience.
Yes, and patience. What you pointing at me for?
I
have no problem. You do know I can see you on the camera.
What? You don't see me. I ain't doing nothing.
Anyway, give them grace. Yes, they're gonna continuously make us laugh when they're doing certain things. Like people laugh at their one finger texting. They're gonna be paranoid about, Siri and Alexa's listening, or Bixby or Gemini or whoever. They're gonna continuously fall for scams on the phone and text messages, but it's not just them. There's some young folk that's doing that too. And it can be some of the options on the phones can be overwhelming, but I can say for anybody, whether you're young, in the middle, or you're old, the best way to identify everything that your phone does is when you get a new phone, dedicate, yes, it's going to be some hours, or you can dedicate some time every night, but you start off in your settings area and you go every line by line, hit on every one of them all the way until it filters all the way over to see everything that it does, what it doesn't do, what it's set at, what it's not set at. You don't have to know nothing special. All you got to do is click on it to see what's in my settings, and that will tell you what your phone does, what it doesn't do, what is automatically default set on, and what you don't want it set on. So when I get a brand new phone, because I work for a living, it takes me about, I would say maybe about 4 days for me to go through my phone, all the setting features to do everything. So make sure that your older people do that as well. Make sure when you show them how to set up, that you're showing them how to set up. The only older folks who are not going to learn are the ones who don't want to.
I'm going to have to interject just for a minute. It ain't necessary that older people won't want to learn, because if you go to the Verizon store itself, if the teacher is trash, guess what? You just got trash dumped in your life.
Well, one second.
Because, wait a minute, let me finish. Okay. Because everybody don't take their time to go over everything in the tutorials because they don't know themselves. I done been to 5 Verizon stores with issues with my phone since before the new update and the big push came out. They had another, before iOS 26 came out from Apple, they had like 17.3. 17.3 corrupted my phone. And I went to Apple and Verizon, because nobody tell me why my phone would just drop off from the carrier. So I replaced SIM cards and everything else. But I went to one Verizon store. This dude was dumbfounded. I knew more about it than he did. Well, I don't know what to do. Well, you know what? Wait when my manager come back and we can get it. Then I went to another store and this guy just went through it like it was nothing. And he explained to me, well, this setting right here, you don't really need this, and this, and this, and that. But he said, you know what? I look and see there's a problem. I'm going to swap these SIM cards out because the digital SIMs probably are bad or corrupt. That's what Apple said. But garbage in, garbage out. You got to have a good instruction.
Well, first off, you got to understand that people only know what's wrong if they know what to look for. So the phone is no different than a computer. Okay, that's why you got your IS people, information systems, and you got your IT people, okay, which are your, forgot what the I stand for, but it's the actual infrastructure of the actual computer. Do know that the people who can go in your computer and reprogram it so it will work has no idea how them goddamn programs work. They don't even know how to use them because their role is the actual computer itself. Their job is to make sure it turns on and that it works. If you are having a problem with a system that is on there, then you have to get the systems person, because those are the ones who are dealing with the applications and the way things work with the computer. So it's the same thing at Verizon. One person showing you, he was probably just a salesperson. I know the phone, I know what it does. But then in the other store, you probably got somebody, no, he was only trash in your situation.
He was trash.
No, he was not. He probably would do very good at helping
selling
somebody
a damn
else.
Phone. That's
well,
about it.
And that's fine. But then at the other one, the guy probably knows a lot more about the actual phone itself. So that's why he was able to help you.
And he took time. And that's the thing. You can tell when somebody is trying to give you the brush off or when somebody want to be helpful. Same thing with older people. You have to take time and give them time, because they're going to forget the password or the PIN, whatever it is. And you got to be sitting there going, well, did you write it down? No, they didn't write it down. What was it? I thought it was 111900. No, we don't put that in 5 times. That's wrong. Where you get that from? Now, just before we go. So me and my father went through that for 2 hours. He kept saying it was 111900. Well, how about 001119? And we went through all these. It was 1947 which is the year he was born. So he was born in 1947.
And I'm assuming he changed it because you telling every goddamn body his password.
Well, honey, they got to get his damn phone. If they ain't got his phone, they can know his phone size.
There might be some folk watching this that know your daddy.
If they don't look, they can tell his draw size. They ain't gonna be able to do that. They ain't gonna be able to get his draws off of it. But this is the deal. But anyway, the bottom line is this right here. And the people he deal with don't watch videos. They on some other stuff.
Ain't gotta watch.
But anyway, and it took me that long. And I said, Daddy, the reason why we made it simple is so you can remember and everything. And he can remember. So guess what I did? Put it in my phone. It's in my phone for the next time.
See, listen to what y'all just said. I think both y'all had some valid points. I think he started it all. First and foremost, regardless of how much time they take at the AT&T store, the Verizon store, any store, it's going to take more time than that to learn their phone. It's going to take some hours or some days to know what the phone do. Now, from a person that sold products, going back to what Tanya and Timmy were saying, the person that's doing the sales, we called it in the car business, the person with the product knowledge. If I'm depending on you to do the sale, you have to have the knowledge of the product that you're selling. You can't not know nothing about it. Then got to come. Time is money. And I was a salesperson up to a sales director. Time is money. I need you to be able to spit stuff out. Going along with that, that person also smell fear and they smell blood. And what I mean by that, when you go to these stores, when your parents or your grandparents or whoever go to these stores, one of the things they're going to assess is, do they think that, and it's kind of a guessing game, do they think this person got money or not? Or are they there just messing around? That's going to dictate how much time they spend with them. And one of the first things I ask when I go into a cell phone place or a furniture place, and it's, do you get commission? If they don't get commission, 90% of the time, they don't give a damn. If they get commission, that's when they will pay attention to you. That don't mean they're going to care, because the moment they sense the fear that you're not buying anything, you're a lost cause. Even if you ain't buying nothing, you have to lead them to believe you are until you're done with them. But what Tanya said, we can get any store in the world. These devices can take more than the 20 or 30 minutes they're going to allot to us to show us and set us up. This is how you do this. This is how you do this. This is where your pictures are. Have a good day, Rod. And it's up to us to go home. And if I don't know, and if I was Tanya, Tim, I would ask Tim, I would ask Tanya, I would ask the daughter, I would ask everybody, and then I'd Google it, and then I'd figure it out. But I got to learn what I'm using and holding on to and going back home because I forgot it every day. That's just
but you gotta be willing to want to learn it.
You have to. If you don't want to learn it and you're going to pick up the phone and call Tanya and Rod and Timmy every time, not y'all, but our people call us every time, that's going to get old.
Because but you get folk who be like, I'm old. I don't know how to use it. So you just have to you just need to know that you just gonna need to do this, because I'm not trying to learn anything new. I'm not trying to learn anything that I want to use because I did ask for this. So, so instead of me just using just what I can use and I want to use this fancy phone, you know how to work it. So you just need to show me. You need to be able to want to. And then guess what? If you try and you just can't grasp it, that's one thing. But if you try and you get it, then you can do it on your own. But you get some folk who just say, look, I'm old, so you just need to just put up with it and you just gonna have to do this. Period.
And that's trash. And that's trash.
And that ain't trash.
That is trash. When you get somebody that just got in their mind that they're gonna use you because they refuse to evolve, that's trash. Even, I don't care, old don't give you an excuse not to evolve.
Okay.
Getting old don't give you an excuse not to evolve.
I agree.
We have to evolve because it's 2025 and we're going into 2026. We have to evolve with technology.
I'm going to see if y'all agree with this next statement. It seemed like there's about at least 3 to 4 different topics for future discussions in this one topic that we started tonight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I think we probably need to brainstorm and because I'm just hearing like the being patience with our elders. And it's getting worse because everything now is instant gratification. That's a topic, one of the topics I could think about is I used to be one of the most impatient people that came when people moving slow in the store and not thinking quick as I did. Now I'm becoming that person that's moving slow and having to get out of people's way.
And you know what though? But hold up though. Okay, but guess what though? I'm like that. I need you to move out my way type thing, right? But I'll be patient. But my thing is, if I feel like I can't move out of people's way, I will, like, if I know I'm not moving, I will move to the side and let other folks go. Because I remember me, right? Be like, I know how these people feel. Let me just move out their way and let them pass by. Okay? Some people just walk and just be like, I wish they would say something. And then they just still going slow. Be like, that's why your ass get run the hell over. But that's the thing. If you know how you would think, and that's usually how I would do. I'm thinking how I would think. I'm always considerate about other folks. I don't care what it is. I'm considerate. If I know that I can't move fast, or if I know that I'm looking at something on my phone because I'm trying to find something, I'm not going to stop in the middle of the damn walkway. I'm going to take my tail to the side, get out the walkway so other folks who are moving with a purpose can go ahead and move. When I find my destination the way I'm trying to go, then I will merge back into and go and do what I need to do. So yes, as you get older, you become some of them people that you were impatient with when you were younger. And guess what? I was one of them people. So guess what that means? When I get older, I need to move the hell out the damn way.
And I agree with you.
And it's not a problem with that when you know that.
I agree with you, Tanya.
Like I said, use it as an excuse. Well, I'm old. No, like Rod said, you old when it's convenient. Either you're gonna be old, be damn old. But don't be old today because it helps you with something. And then the other side, you out here, not old.
Right.
So no.
You see what next week's subject need to be. You don't touch the little sore spot with her with that. So she gonna be here to about 4:00 in the morning Because calm
No,
down,
I'm
baby.
done.
Well, you know, I'm about to, hey, Timmy, you know, I'm about to shut up there.
Well, no,
You
well,
know, I'm about to be quiet.
my thing is not even really about old and young in terms of what my pet peeve is. My pet peeve is when people are not considerate of others. That's just my thing. If you're not considerate of others, I just feel like you got a problem. My thing is put yourself in that person's shoes. How would you feel? And then you get some people that be like, I don't care how they feel.
Right.
You know, I don't care how they feel. This is me right now or whatever. I just don't do that. I'm always going to be considerate. If I'm moving too slow, I'm going to get the hell up out the way.
You know what? I'm going to
Period.
say this here. I'm going to say this, Tanya. This is something I really want everybody to think about. And I just now thought about it. My mom was very impatient, very impatient. And I'm very impatient. She couldn't stand small talk. She used to say ignorant people. As I became a man and had my own mind, it's not necessarily people are ignorant. They just may not be knowledgeable on the topic. But she called it ignorance. But it was a lot of things she didn't like. And I found myself adopting some of those ways. But I also lost my mom when my mom was 41. She never got a chance to adopt the older ways so I could see those.
Mm-hmm.
So when she passed, she was still in that young stage. She was still moving quick, moving good, it happened unexpectedly. So she didn't get a chance to go from fast to slower to slower to slow. And now on the fly, I'm having to like, wait a minute. Just 3 years ago, I was that dude complaining about. Now I will go smooth off in the grocery store if I'm trying to get out of your way because I know I'm moving a little slower, and you practically about to run me over just so you can go get a bag of Cheetos. I'm gonna make a big old scene, an old folks scene. I know damn well you see me right here. Just because I ain't moving fast, I make a scene in the head. That don't mean you gotta run me over. You gonna wish you. I just make a. But it be and I had a guy the other day. I felt bad because he was like, "I'm sorry, I'm so sorry, sir. Just come down. I'm sorry." And I said, "Man, just get away, just go." And he walked down. He dropped his head and put his hand in the pocket. And I said, "Son, I'm all right." I had to say something because he literally felt bad. But sometimes it take that, man. But anyway, y'all, we can go on. All I'm saying is a whole lot of topics, and then one little thing Tanya came up with these rotary phones. It's some embedded topics in here. I don't think we got to think too far. I'm gonna go back and watch this replay and jot some of them down because it was so much said. And tell you, we ain't talking about no old folks and past people in the store no more. We getting off here. Don't be up at no 4 o'clock over there steaming.
I'm not. I don't. My whole thing is I just need this is how I feel. I just need people to be honest about how they feel and what they're capable of. If you acting like you got it, then I'm gonna let you have it. That's it. You say you good, then you good. I don't have time to play psychologist and try to figure out what the fuck you really mean. I'm sorry, I just don't. I don't have time for that. I don't have time to figure you out. Are you good? You good. Okay, don't say you good and you ain't good and then get mad at me because I wasn't reading between the lines. That's not me. I don't have that skill set.
Wherever he is, I'm gonna say it because it's his birthday. My pops used to try that stuff all the time, and I would just have to call him out because, like one day he called me. He said, "Son, I need to talk to you." I said, "I just know this about to be something crazy because he don't start off like that."
Mm-hmm.
And I said, "What's going on?" He said, "Well, I did something. That's why I've been quiet every time we talk." I said, "Man, can you just get to the point?" I mean, this is how I talk to him. He was like, "Well, I went," and he had to give me this long. I went to pay my phone bill, and I decided on the way home I wanted to vacuum my car. Okay, what's wrong with that? Well, I had me a little Paul, my son, before I went to pay the phone bill, and on the way pulling into the car wash, I hit the vacuum cleaner, and the police came and they gave me a DWI. Oh, really? So you just had this notion. Forget the vacuum cleaner car. You just had to go pay your phone bill after you've been drinking. Yep, because that's when I wanted to do it. I said, well, then you needed to get a DWI in.
And that's the reason why they should have paid it online. He could have drunk his Parmesan at the house. and pay his bill.
And then Tanya, I said, well, man, how'd you? Well, he called me on one holiday. I said, what you doing? I'm sitting at home. I said, you usually go over Aunt so-and-so's house. Yeah, man, I ain't got time to be sitting out there. They all peeping out the window and I'm blowing up in that thing. Well, you put yourself in this position to blow in that thing. Then he go to court. How'd you get to court? Did they take you? No, I don't want them to see. How'd you get there? I drove myself. I parked right at the police station with no license. Boy, you rolling 1,000. Conveniently. Oh, he knew everything he was doing. But if he got caught, oh, I thought I could drive to the courthouse to go to court. And no, man, you knew you couldn't do that. But anyway, I'm going to get up off here, y'all. You got anything else, Tanya? I ain't doing no music.
Nope,
I'm just hitting this thing, but y'all, thank you.
Oh, I got a question. Are we dressing up next Monday?
You want to dress up? What's happening next Monday?
Nothing if you ain't got no topics.
Oh, are we dressing up?
Oh, we got a topic.
What you mean?
I was asking were we dressing up because it's Halloween.
Oh, that kind of dressing up.
It's October.
Oh,
and we won't be here the following week.
Well, oh man, damn, Tanya, I forgot you didn't talk. I'm gonna dress up as Rod. I don't know.
I'm good. Okay, that's good. That's
fine. Let me think and see if I can find some kind of hat or mask or something. I might come on as the Boogie Woogie Man. I don't know. I don't know, man.
I'm gonna put on my trick or treat outfit.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's have fun. I'm gonna come up with something. I don't know what. Now it's gonna probably be one of them old school ghetto Halloween outfits. I ain't gonna have no cape, no clothes. I'm gonna have a family real life shirt and a mask.
There you go. It's all right. It's okay.
Nobody
said you got to do the big get up.
Hey, and congratulations, y'all. I meant to pull it up earlier. I even have it started, but congratulations to House of X for 5 years anniversary as a company. And let me get to it here. I had it. I don't know why. I do that every time. Instead of going over the start, I go through every comment instead of, well, hell.
Good night, y'all.
Anyway, y'all, I can't find it, but congratulations to House of X, 5 years as a company. I know they brought laughter and joy into my life. I remember when I first came across them, watching them at work, and everybody thought I was tripping, and I was tripping laughing because they had me rolling. I had my headphones on. I was the only one in the building laughing. And those guys carried me through some times that they don't even know that just made me smile, made me laugh, and just made me not stress over the small things in life, but enjoy the bigger things that we sometimes overlook. So thanks to House of X. Shout out to them. Much love to y'all. So that being said, y'all, we're going to raise up, man. Thank y'all. Thanks, Timmy, for being here. Y'all, it's been hard to get Timmy on here. He done been all over the country and been sick and everything. But he was here tonight giving his 7 cents. Timmy ain't never got 2 cents. He got 7 and Tanya got 4. And I just be here. But hey, man, much love to y'all. Thank y'all for supporting. We will be back next week. Y'all want to tune in because I don't know what I'm gonna come as, man. I don't know. I might be the Joker. I don't know.
I don't know.
It's just gonna be fun. I'm looking forward to it. I almost said no, but I said I gotta live on the edge, and that's what it's gonna be. Much love, y'all. We out of here. Peace.
Peace.